Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I just want to have a good time and have fun with the Octatrack and maybe show you a bit of why I love this thing so much. So first things first, I'm going to go into the sample I got from the Polybrute 12. It's just a simple chord progression, lovely kind of keys, pad, DX7 kind of style. This is going to be the building blocks of my track. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this thing up. So I'm going to go into slice mode, and since I know that I recorded this at tempo, I'm just going to go into create a slice grid, and I'm going to give it 8 slices. Yes. And now I'm going to go into my track, and I'm going to select slice mode. This way I can immediately give it a bit more rhythm and groove, and I'm going to give myself a count in. Nice. Now another interesting thing about the Octatrack is that you have this little retrigger function, right? So if I put the retrigger into 2, we just made like 3 modifications and it's already sounding really good. So I'm going to give it a bit of delay here. Okay, so we're off to a good start. Next thing I'm gonna do so I can get rid of the metronome is add a little kick in. So let's see, kick. So I found a kick, but first I'm gonna pitch shift this way down and we're gonna mess with the filter a bit. There we go. That's sounding nice. So I don't wanna give this a straight up 4 on the floor, so I'm gonna give it a little groovy vibe. I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of percussion, and here's where the Octatrack really shines, because there's nothing quite like grabbing a drum loop and starting to stretch it out, you know, and getting it really grimy, and the Octatrack really excels at that. So let's see what we have here. This is the one. So I have my loop selected, and now we're going to start doing some scene shenanigans. So on scene A, I'm going to have the drum loop pretty much as is, just time stretch to give it that gnarliness. But on scene B, I'm going to start tweaking the filter and give it some delay. So let's hear that. I'm going to go into the filter. Nice. And now some delay. I can already play around with this. Oh, and by the way, just a very quick note. I know that we love to use the automations and parameter locking and, you know, fill functions and everything, but, you know, the Elektron boxes have great buttons, and I think you should actually use them for once in a while. Let me isolate that so it sounds better. So, on this percussion, every time I go on the trig, I get that first transient over here. So you can actually play around with that as a performative feature. So, for example, have fun with it. It's really, really cool. Now, what I want to do is play around with textures. So I'm going to grab my same sample from the Polybrute, and I'm going to start playing around with the pitch shifting, maybe the chorus, some dark reverb and such. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to add as an effect the chorus and the delay. Those are going to be my 2 main effects. Now, the effects on the Octatrack aren't really stellar anymore. They're pretty useful, but they're not as good as, for example, on the Digitact or on the Digatone. They're showing their age. But they do have the advantage that they can be really tweaked by the LFOs and by the scenes. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And LFO 1 is going to be tweaking the speed of the chorus, so it gives it a bit more movement. And now I have this. Lovely textures. And for my next trick, of course, I'm going to pitch shift scene B so this goes way down and gets really textury. Can't get that anywhere else. Nice. Nice. It sounds pretty good as it is, but I want more effects. So I'm gonna go to track 3 and make it into a neighbor track. What neighbor track does is basically it processes and gives effects to whatever thing is coming from the track above it. So in this case, track 2 is fitting into track 3. So now I'm gonna go choose my next effect, which is gonna be the dark reverb. This one's kind of tricky to get right, but if you do, it sounds special. Let's see. Beautiful. By the way, this video isn't sponsored by Elektron or Ableton, but it is sponsored by my good friends at Sweetwater. Sweetwater is one of the world's biggest dealers in all things music production related and have a huge variety of synths, guitars, mics, pro audio gear, you name it. Sweetwater's got you covered with excellent customer support and international shipping. When you buy your next synth at Sweetwater using one of my affiliate links down below, you also support my channels. Huge thanks to Sweetwater for supporting me and other creators like me. Now back to the video. Okay, so I think we have pretty much everything settled down. Now I want a bit of push goodness. Now this is a synth that I found on push 3, and what I love about it is that it evolves. So if you press it down, it starts opening up. Let's listen to this. Okay, that sounds really nice and mystical, but as we all know, we need some bass. Okay, this is coming up nicely. Now there's just one last thing that I want to do, and that is maybe try some vocals. I'm not sure how this is gonna work or if I can actually manipulate it. So I'm gonna just write down a few lyrics on my cell phone and see what happens. I know you like playing lost and found, a total stranger love when he's around. Never really meant that much to me, but maybe that's just me. And acting like your only friend. Better luck is that I don't pretend. Whatever you think, I don't understand what it means to be your man. Maybe it's okay to feel whatever meant to you is real. I just wanna go and live my life. Maybe that's just me. Alright. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful or at least entertaining. Have a great week. I'll see you next time.